You know, one of the biggest perks of being Santa Claus is that you don't have to pay for parking because it's always on the house. Hey folks, welcome to This Week in History, and right up front we want to go ahead and thank our patrons, Steve Stevens, Clayton Jaimez, the Hayes family, Patrick Freeman, and Mark Penn Griffin. We appreciate your support, and we appreciate the support from all of you through liking, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. But if you want to help out a little bit more, just check out the link to our Patreon down in the description. Anywho, let's get to it. On December 19th of 1675, the Great Swamp Fight, a rather pivotal battle in King Philip's War, was won by the English. So, King Philip refers to Metacom, the Wampanoag sachem who adopted the name Philip because of the friendly relations between his father, Massasoit, and the Mayflower Pilgrims. These relations began to sour, however, as the settlers were expanding more often than not by purchasing lands from the tribes that they were infringing upon. Philip began to secretly stockpile weapons and eventually began raiding English settlements, sparking King Philip's War. The Great Swamp Fight occurred when the colonial militia from Plymouth Colony, Connecticut Colony, and the Massachusetts Bay Colony were led to the main Narragansett settlement. They had been officially neutral through all this, but had been helping their native allies in present-day South Kingston, Rhode Island. Yes, it was in a swamp due to its defensibility, however, the swamp had frozen over, allowing the militia to easily attack the native fort, taking it, and estimates on the number of natives killed ranges up to 1,000, many of them being civilian women and children who died while hiding in the frozen swamp after the battle. The war would eventually end in August after King Philip was shot and killed. On December 20th in 1192, Richard I, also known as Richard the Lionheart, yes, we did a video on him, was captured and imprisoned by Leopold V of Austria while traveling home to England after the Third Crusade. This happened because Richard's forces had torn down Leopold's standard at Acre, rather than letting it fly next to his own and Francis Philip II. He would be imprisoned under Holy Roman Emperor Henry VI until 1194, when a ransom was paid for the king to the tune of 100,000 pounds of silver, which was roughly 3 times what England brought in tax revenue in a year. So if you've ever watched a version of Robin Hood and wondered why they taxed the people so much, it was to pay Richard's ransom. On December 21st in 69, the Roman Senate declared Vespasian Emperor of Rome, finally settling on the 4th and final emperor in the Year of 4 Emperors. That occurred after the suicide of the Emperor Nero. Yeah, we covered him already. Nero's death also led to the First Roman Civil War. The first emperor was Galba, who was killed by the second emperor Otho, who committed suicide rather than fall to the third emperor, Vitellius, who was killed by a mob after being militarily defeated by Vespasian's forces. And for those unaware, there was also a Year of 5 Emperors and a Year of 6 Emperors. Also, the 21st is my brother's birthday, and he's one of our patrons, so happy birthday, Patrick. On December 22nd in 1894, the Dreyfus Affair that lasted until 1906 began in France, when Alfred Dreyfus was wrongfully convicted of treason for giving over French secrets to the Germans. Now, it became a big deal because there was an investigation and it was discovered that someone else was responsible, but high-ranking military officials covered this up with forged documents, mostly because Dreyfus was Jewish and the real culprit wasn't. After public outcry about the injustice, Dreyfus was given another trial and yet again found guilty, though the public support in France as well as protests in 20 foreign capitals and pressure from other nations led to him being pardoned by the French government and reinstated into the military. And yes, just to be clear, all the people that thought Dreyfus was guilty was because he was Jewish, and since he was Jewish, he had to be guilty of something. On December 24th in 1144, the capital of the Crusader county of Edessa, which was the first Crusader kingdom established during the First Crusade, fell to Ahmad ad-Din Zingai, the governor of Mosul and Aleppo, or Aleppo, whatever. This caused for another crusade to be called for, leading to the Second Crusade that didn't even attempt to retake Edessa. And that's just gonna about do it this week. Yeah, we're trying a little different format here, but we'll see you back here next week. Same squirrel time, same squirrel channel. Y'all be happy, y'all be healthy, and y'all come back now, you hear?